Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Sonic Yoda from SEGADriven.com, and welcome to our Sonic Amateur Games Expo 2019 coverage. In this video we're taking a look at Brock Crocodile. Now this is one of the indie games that are actually on a show at Sage this year. There's quite a big helping of indie offerings actually, and it's really nice to see that it's not just pure Sonic fan games anymore, because I think Sage has a really good platform now to give indie developers a bit of a push, and stuff like this wouldn't really get a showing otherwise, and Sage is has such a big audience now that it's really good to see that stuff like this is getting an opportunity to be shown and critiqued. And yeah, I'm really impressed with this. The pixel art is absolutely gorgeous, lovely nice widescreen display, really good controls. It's very sort of a nice mix between sort of like Sonic the Hedgehog, Mega Man and Castlevania, in that you run around with some sort of speed, and there's a fair bit of platforming, and there's a nice sort of flow to the stages, which is very Sonic the Hedgehog. But then also you have a gun, so you can shoot enemies. There's ammo to be found around the stages as well to refill that weapon, and also you have a whip which can be used in a very similar way to attacking enemies in Castlevania. So there's a fair old bit going on here. It's taking lots of, cherry picking bits and pieces from lots of different retro games and sort of fusing them together into its own little thing. And I think it does it really well, actually. I really enjoyed my time with this. It's a fun little time. There's 5 treasures to be found in the one stage that's available. There's 2 acts to the stage called Raptor Ruins, and yeah, it's a really nice time. It's a nice little thing to explore, certainly worth going back to if you want to find all those treasures. Like I say, the controls are really tight. I really like the way it plays. It's a nice mishmash of those 3 styles, like I say, Sonic, sort of Mega Man, and Castlevania. And it's not like wildly too much to handle as well. Like the speed of Sonic the Hedgehog, and tied with those sort of actions like shooting and melee attacks, can be a little bit too overwhelming in certain places, but the speed is just the right speed in this. It's not too much to deal with at any given point. There's some nice little gimmicks as well. I do like the swings that you can latch onto with the whip. That feels really nice to do. And some of the sort of platforms rotate in a very similar style to the rotating sort of bridges in Green Hill Zone in Sonic 1, but you can fall through sort of thing, and yeah, there's a nice little thing going on here. You can attack enemies by jumping on them as well, so you've got more options than just using your weapons. It's very much your solid sort of like retro throwback platformer. It's got a very sort of heavy emphasis on Mega Drive stuff in particular. The soundtrack is definitely working within the limitations of the Yamaha sound trip that you'd expect to hear in the Mega Drive. So that's a really cool little touch as well. Yeah, a really fun time this. Well worth checking out if you get a chance to have a play at this. Obviously links in the description if you want to go and check out any of the games featured at this year's Sage. Sage is currently running from the 27th of September until the 4th of October, but I'm pretty sure these games get archived on Sonic Fan Games HQ's forum, so if you do miss Sage and you do want to go and check these out, those will be there as well. So yeah, well worth checking out. Brock Crocodile. Really enjoyed this. Definitely one to watch it for the future. Hopefully this will become a full title. I think it has the potential to be a really solid little retro throwback platformer. Well worth checking out. So yeah, please go and play it.